Am I audible? Participants?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
you are audible.
Yeah. A very good evening to one and all present here. With respect to the quote, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let us begin the program with the blessings of Almighty by playing our Tamil Thai Valtu, followed by a college prayer.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு இறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறந்தியந்து செய்ய மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
ौरतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं ऋतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकथने श्रवणो कथायां हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः कृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिस्ततां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तनूनां नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनाम विभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
On behalf of the Department of Data Science, Gobind Vaishnav College, it's an honor for me to welcome each one of you to the 7th day of 11-day international workshop on cybersecurity. I express my sincere thanks to Honorable Secretary Dr. Ashok Kumar Mundraji, beloved Principal Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu Sir, and Head of the Department Ms. A. Vijayalakshmi Ma'am. On behalf of the Department of Data Science, Dwarkadas Vaishnav College, I, Madhumita Shri, and Secretary DataByte Forum once again extend warm greetings to all. Now I would like to call Dr. T. N. Aruna Ma'am, Assistant Professor, to introduce our speaker.
A very good evening to all. I am honored to introduce our speaker for the 7th day International Workshop on Cybersecurity, Dr. Shiksha Gupta. Ma'am is an Associate Professor at GS SIPU, Training and Placement Coordinator. She is a trainer at National Center Financial Education. Ma'am has done BCom honors at Delhi University, Masters in Commerce at International Business at Indira Gandhi National Open University. She is an experienced associate professor with demonstrated history of working in higher education industry. Yes, good evening, ma'am. I hand over the section to you.
Thank you. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes,
Am
ma'am.
I audible, ma'am? Thank you so much. I'm thankful to the college for inviting me. I'm thankful to the Honorable Principal Sir, Shiva Kumar Sir, Dr. Aruna ma'am, Divya ma'am, and entire team behind this event. This spread over multiple years, multiple days, sorry, Department of Data Science, and all the faculty members who have joined today the session across all over India. I think pan India, everybody has joined, a lot of people. And I have seen a lot of, other webinar series of this, and I hope I will do justice of the today topic that is in the financial
மாஸ்க் இல்லையே
fraud.
நம்ம அம்மை கிட்டதான் இருக்கு எங்கிட்ட இல்ல
So when I talk about the financial frauds, right? So I'm going to share
இல்லையே
first
சாமி
of all
எங்கிட்ட
with all of you, so that you can have a a detailed discussion. We can go ahead. I'm just having a small presentation for all of you. Do let me know if you able to see the presentation. I hope it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. So when we talk about the managing the cyber security, every one of us are on the digital platform, and most of us are using nowadays the financial transaction online digital platform. So digitally we have this the session online also we are going through. And when I talk about not only the session, we'll talk about each and every sphere of our life. We are being getting affected by the the digitalization. And when I talk about financial aspects, digitalization of financial process and the fintech technology, online banking, everything has spread, the wings of giving the ease to every one of us to do the transaction, easy transferring of money. But at the same time, it has expanded the attack of the surface for cyber criminals. So when we talk about, the criminals, they always able to breach any kind of lock we create on our the treasures. So financial institutions are more susceptible to the cyber threats. It is growing because of the and when we talk about these all frauds and all these things that happen not only with those people who are illiterate and not with those people who are literate or who have a much more financially or education literacy, but it happens because of our some of the ignorance, some of the casual attitude towards the things, and just missing some of the loopholes. So growing cyber security threats are basically is the the prime targets of the cyber criminals are due to the valuable data and the assets that we hold. So sophisticated cyber threats may include like phishing, ransomware, social engineering, and so on. Cloud computing, when I talk about mobile banking, and especially when I talk about the IoT devices, as I think I'm not from the the data science or a computer expert, but yes, all these we every one of us are facing directly or indirectly these platforms we are using for doing all the transactions. So with more data stored in this cloud and transmitted across the multiple devices that have a potential to unauthorized access and data breach, and which is significantly risen over a period of time. So what we have to work out, what all these sort of frauds that we come across and we see daily through newspaper, through the Instagram, and a lot of other social medias, and through each other relatives, we come across with all these frauds. To identify the theft protection, use the credit card responsibly, and go cashless. Generally we do all these things, but Beyond this, the picture is very wider. So in this today's session, we'll discuss in deep and detail about how to identify this, the theft, or and how to work on to protect ourselves from all the financial frauds that come across to us or we face in our routine lifestyle. Basically, when I talk about this digitalization world, so not only the data science or technology upgradation, fintech technology, along with that the major economy phases like demonetization, gst, the COVID-19, everything, all these, the episodes have been increased, to go cashless, to do the transactions online, especially among the youth. There is a huge, craze of doing the transactions online. So people use passwords as they have, password for everything, and every password has a, the opportunity to be get stolen. We have a certain times, a misconception only the person who has a money can only get the breach or threat of all these things, but no, this is just a misconception. But the fact is that even if you don't have money, you could be a victim of theft. Theft is could be of anything. It's not all about your financial loss. It could be your personal data loss. It could be your, the name, password, banking information, your credit card, PAN card numbers, all sort of, unauthorized, access to your information would counted as a theft. Without my permission, if somebody is using my information, is yes, is a very serious issue that we need to consider. So how it occurs when I talk about the phishing of email, lottery, job scams. I believe like every one of us get multiple emails on our the mailbox regarding like like the ITR time was going on. So a lot of such kind of mails we receive. Okay, you are getting a refund. The banks, we get emails like your refund is there and you can claim it by clicking on a link. Similarly, the lottery you have been receiving from abroad, some other sources. Sometimes you have been getting a message like you have been getting a job, a government job, or in a Dubai or some any XYZ location. So and the link was been given to click on it and give your information. You are being receiving a gift from a foreign friend, and such kind of the fraudulent emails we are getting. And sometimes we get fascinated by, okay, maybe we are not knowing any friend, maybe it would be some friend who has been sharing these information, or maybe a closer friend of mine, I might have been forgot, he might have been settled abroad and now he is recalled and sending a gift. So many times we are on the social media, and a lot of students and youngsters who are playing nowadays mobile games, who are connected with the chain of peoples. So these are all the loopholes or the points from where we get the attack of the financial theft or a financial peoples. So connect to wireless networks that are insecure. Take out your money from the ATM. These are the points. Skimming your devices, sharing your password with untrustworthy people, information stolen from e-commerce websites are very, very frequently, commonly, I believe, like out of 100 people, at least every 10 people must have been encountered. May have not they be a victim of these frauds, but yes, we have seen every one of us, I think, every second person must have been faced email, fraudulent emails, or a SMS or a calls on their mobile, on their, the electronic, the other mediums. So let's go a little deeper into what sort of frauds we have been saw in the economy or in the financial market. First one is the embezzlement. That is the stealing your misappropriation or retention of funds by a person who has been entrusted. So sometimes people who are being a close associate with me, like the employee, like my close associate, they sometimes do such kind of things. So that could be possible. There may be a tax fraud where the tax returns in order to evade the payment of taxes to the government. People avoid paying taxes, and when they get you know uh, are tagged on a particular issue which they know very well that they have been evaded the taxes, and suddenly they receive an email which is a fake one, but they find it as a correct mail or a true mail, and they reply back to it. The moment they reply, they are become the victim of such kind of fraud. Similarly, the credit card fraud. So credit card fraud are very common to every one of us. Credit card numbers can be obtained through credit card theft, unsecured internet connection. Sometimes there are a lot of public places, free internet access are available. When we go to the universities or some the places or offices where there is a unsecured internet connection on a public domain is available, and we use the same. So it has always been advised when you are using your banking informations, banking access to your banking apps, you must avoid using any unsecured internet connection. That is the most important thing you must take care. And this is very commonly been informed to each and every youngsters or every other person whenever you are paying any shop, your payments of your shopping through credit cards or debit card, ensure it would be swiped in front of you. It would not be taken away from your sight, which is important. Similarly, we have insurance fraud as well. So insurance fraud occurs how? When a claimant wrongfully tries to obtain a claim for insurance company that he is not entitled to, and when the insurance company deliberately denies the claim legally due to the claimant, that selling of the policies from effect insurance companies, and falsifying the medical histories, all these are the insurance fraud may occur. And the most commonly in the banking sector is the KYC fraud. We know everyone, the government asks us to go for a KYC norms to be done, which is mandate for each and every sector, especially for the banking and financial transaction. Either you are a part of capital market, share market, or you are doing a banking transaction. You have a bank account, you have to take a mobile number, SIM card. For everything, you have to furnish the KYC. You have to give your KYC details, and these KYC details are being updated over a period of time by the RBI guidelines. So you have to be very careful, and there are a lot of frauds occur due to on the base of KYC. You have been come across a lot of unsolidated SMS that saying your card or your SIM has been blocked, and your account has been blocked. You have to get yourself KYC done immediately, instantly. You get a call, even after receiving a SMS, immediately you get a call also. That sometimes create a the sources are legitimate, and the legitimate authorities are calling. When you and the customers calls that numbers give the message, the fraudulent that people speak from your bank and entitles you to give your personal information, your debit card information, your bank details, may send you, rather than people are little becoming aware of giving the OTP. So what they do, they send the link and ask you to click on that link, so that link redirect them to your postal information. So all these are the way the KYC norms. On the basis of KYC norms, you may get victim any kind of financial fraud. Phishing, as we discussed, are tricky emails that pop up that appear to be in the form of legitimate source like income tax department, sales department, your banking, the insurance, the company from which you have taken the insurance policy, the service providers. Such information, your correct name, they are using to uh, share such phishing email. The link are being given over there, the sessions are being hijacked, phishing are there, wishing, installing the malware on the your phone or your system on which you are clicking on those links. There are sometimes advanced fee scams giving you a free credit cards or a debit cards or any the upgraded cards for you. In advanced fee scams, the fraudster will ask you to make an advance payment or upfront payment to receive the goods and services, especially the income tax custom department, that you have to pay the taxes and you will receive a particular gift. Mortgage fraud is also there nowadays. So mortgage fraud is any sort of material misstatement, misrepresentation, omission relating to property, potential mortgage to the underwriter or to the lender of funds, purchaser, insurers of a loan. That is also one of the, however, it is not much, but yes, in the real estate sector, yes, you will find such kind of mortgage fraud is also there too. What they do, they target the audience who are into those particular transaction through AI technology and hacking the website. There are a lot of fake websites and they ask you to update your personal details before you access the website, before you access the reading material on the website. Mass marketing fraud is also there. So mass mailing, calls, spams, emails are again a sort of that lead to the financial informations of a target audience. This type of frauds are targets to multiple victims at a one time. Mass marketing frauds are typically fall into the majorly two classes. One is where the schemes that defraud the numerous victims out of a comparatively small amount, right? Maybe a 99 rupees you will get a course or course details, and only a one or two slides would be given to you, and after that the sites get closed or shut down. Schemes that may defraud the comparatively less numerous of victim out of the large amount. A big amount has been taken away from you. Similarly, bank frauds, if I talk about, so banking frauds, when I talk, it is an attempt to take a funds or the asset financial institutions. RBI defined fraud as a deliberate acquisition or commission by any person carried out in the course of banking transactions or books of accounts, manipulating your books of accounts and offering you the free account or any the access to certain additional services on your account. Moreover, now as we use the UPI codes as well, so we have a lot of frauds on the base of UPI too. 80,000 approximate UPI frauds occur in India every month. Every month we face the UPI frauds. Would send you the request money link, and what we do, once we click on those links, it authorizes the transaction, money gets deducted from our account. Sometimes the fraudulence will send us the fake URL link as well, and we are being asked to click on it, and we get our phone get malware installed in it, and the major financial common core information of ours gets stolen away by those theft. UPI related frauds can occur in forms of phishing attacks, screening, mirroring tools. All these, lead to the financial fraud. So these are the major points. Similarly, SIM card swapping fraud. What we happen sometimes we switch from one company to another, like we are into the 5G age era. We are moving to the 5G era, and we want to convert our 4G SIM to the 5G one, or we are changing our phone or a sim, we are transferring from one telecom company to another. At the point of that, the sim swapping is when you are requesting to the service provider to swap your sim and deactivate your old sim and give a new one. So in that case, when we look for towards the upgrading, the such kind of fraud may occur. Then corporate frauds. So corporate frauds involves facilitating or misrepresentation or hiding of a company's financial information and accounts to make a profit illegally and to misleading the public. Sometimes, on behalf of some corporates or some, the companies, the share market, the people do fraud on behalf of companies as well. So what the RBI do, it is not the only there. We have saw a lot of types of frauds are there in the market, and I believe like 99% of all these frauds we might have been seen, saw, heard about it. Still, even being so literate, being doctorate majority of the faculty members over here, or the students, we all know everything, but still we become victim. Why become victim? Is this the only economy or the Reserve Bank of India or smartly with proper the security steps you must take care while you are using it? What you can do, your credit card to be used properly, and you might not get a victim of your cycle of the credit card the penalties that you are facing. The 30% credit utilization rule you can follow. Not using a credit card can be a bad over time, and overusing is a bad for you. Pay off your balances within the due date is important. If you're not paying, you might come across the fraudulent SMS that you have been asked for that much of penalty. If you click on this link, we are giving you the opportunity rather than this percentage. I would be giving you a reduced percentage. Pay on this link. You have to not pay the any penalty of your credit card balances. Track your discretionary spending. Get frauds and purchase protections. Regularly check your account activities online. Be aware of marketing gimmicks. Feel secure of access to your emergency line credit. Always ensure that whenever you have any debit or credit card, ensure that you have been set a limit. What you can do, like you can have a one account for your salaries, suppose, and one of your another account where you transfer your excess amount. You keep the amount which you need monthly utility bills to be paid, or your routine transaction not get hampered, and rest of your additional amount you can transfer your another account. And the account which you having a less balance, that account you can get connected through internet services for your all digital transactions. Alternate ways through which you can protect yourself from threats. Like you have a four family members, so rather than every family member account you get connected to the the internet, you can connect a one account and pay all the payments through that account. Or you can transfer the some amount to the wallets and pay through wallets, so that it would be safer that only the amount which you have in your the wallets, digital wallets, only that would be at risk, not beyond that. Transaction without cash, yes, it is possible, and I think every one of us are enjoying paying through QR codes. And sure, when you have all these the QR codes and mobile banking through debit card, wallets, your Aadhaar enabled payment system, UPI, USSD, Bharat Interface Money, Bheem. So all these digital payment methods ensure that the safety of payment we must take care. Internet banking, when I talk about your NEFT or RTGS, ECS, IMPS, mobile banking, when I talk about the mobile back, all these internet banking transactions you can do it, right? To ensure that whenever you are doing the transactions, it would be done through the safe, the internet connectivity, safe internet connections, debit, credit card, visit to the nearest branch, provide your KYC over there. Whenever you apply for your debit credit card, ensure that you collect it from the branch which is much more secure and safe. Visit your ATM to activate your PIN. Ensure that during when you are using your ATM at any shop, or at during your the ATM, within the ATM machines or in the compartment, there would be no other person around you when you are using it. Ensure there are a lot of skimming devices around you. So be alert of those things. Mobile wallets, when you are using electronically prepaid payment system, you need a bank account, isn't it? Along with that, you need a smartphone, and internet is also being required. Download and install the app which are genuine. So as I said, always go to the official website for all these things. Load money that much you need it. Do not load your additional amount which is not required. Consumers wallet limit itself has been been set by the RBI. It's 2 lakh. Use of making payment, add, receive, and send your money through these. Aadhaar payment, especially when I talk about in the rural areas, and while you are into the migration. जब आप migrate, when you do a migration, at that time Aadhaar payment, when you do Aadhaar payment, especially when you are from the villages, a lot of people come to the metro cities for traveling purpose or for medical assistance. At that time, maybe they're not carrying the their debit cards, especially the rural people, so they can access to the money through their Aadhaar pay. So ensure when you they are linking it to the bank account. Transactions through Bank Mitra, you would be doing password Aadhaar to Aadhaar fund transfer are there. Apart from that, balance inquiry is also available even on your, normal phone. One we have a digital smartphones, but even if you are not having a digital smartphone, even then you can access to your balance information and other things. Transaction costs are zero. UPI codes when we are doing our unified payment interface. So we are not standing on queues, isn't it? It has been reduced the time which we are need to make the payments. So the UPI codes, the smartphones, you need to get your connectivity, your virtual person address. When we talk about VPA, could be your mobile number, your name, or you can create your own number as well. So star 99 hash. This is one of the USSD code through which you can, even with the normal non-smartphone as well, you can access to your balance information, your banking transactions. So it is nothing to do. Only with the smartphone or internet connectivity, you can get to a fraud. Fraud can be done with any, even any phone, in any place. So banking transaction using basic features of phone mobile should be linked with bank account, USSD. So the moment it is get connected, anyone who has access to your information, then also the fraud may occur. BMAP, which is the parent of all the the wallets that we access. So BHIM is app that let you make easy and quick payment transaction using UPI. Cashless, fast transaction, request of money that could be done. So BHIM is the ultimate platform on which all the your I talk about your all the major wallets work on the BHIM platform. So BHIM is the ultimate the the uh, major platform on which all the the access of all the your other wallets are working. If I talk about social media, so we have a lot of brand ambassador. I believe like you are easily able to identify these, the players. So they keep on informing us. Don't let your anyone score against you. Reduce your risk by steering transaction limit to your class. Don't get clean bold by a fraudulence or an unauthorized transaction in your bank account. So all these the celebrities are also keep on giving the message to the general public to do our digital banking conveniently, pay anytime anywhere, safe, do digital transaction, which is very very important. Now I take you towards certain quickly I take you some videos that help you out to learn more about and easy way. I believe like most of us have been saw these kind of news and such advertisements. I hope it is visible. Similarly, we have the such multiple, the information. I hope it was visible and uh, able to hear as well the videos.
चेक।
जाना पड़ेगा।
अरे गेम छोड़ के
1 महीना हो गया कंप्लेंट किए हुए, बैंक रिफंड ही नहीं कर रहा है। कंप्लेंट करनी है।
अरे बैठिए बैठिए यहीं से कर लीजिए आरबीआई के ऑम्बुड्समैन को।
कैसे?
आरबीआई अधिकृत बैंक, एनबीएफसी या डिजिटल लेन देन के जितने भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं उनकी शिकायत आप कर सकते हैं घर बैठे बैठे आरबीआई के सीएमएस पोर्टल पर। ये हो गया चेकमेट। कंप्लेंट करेंगे क्या? आरबीआई कहता है
जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
So RBI, when you sometimes people say bank has not been, worked on my, the complaint. So yes, we have the another authority over any bank, that is ombudsman, that help us to to resolve our query. Just like arbitration, we have the process. Similarly, in banking also we have the uh, ombudsman scheme, who help that person who will be designated by the RBI in case your bank is not helping you out in facilitating the the grievances that you have, the complaints you have. This would be the way you can. Let's see
विशाल
two
है ना,
more.
इसका सब प्रॉपर चलता है।
कल उसके बैंक अकाउंट में 15,000 रुपए का फ्रॉड हुआ है, पता है?
इसको तो कोई टेंशन ही नहीं होती है, देखना।
टेंशन क्यों? मेरी कोई गलती नहीं थी। फिर भी फ्रॉड होने पर मैंने तुरंत बैंक को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया। आरबीआई कहता है अगर आपके अकाउंट से किसी ने धोखे से पैसे निकाले हैं तो बैंक को जल्द से जल्द इन्फॉर्म कीजिए। 3 दिन के अंदर इन्फॉर्म किया तो कोई नुकसान नहीं होगा। जितना लेट करोगे उतना ज्यादा नुकसान। और सुन, सब चलता नहीं है, प्रॉपर चलाना पड़ता है। अब चलें। अपने बैंक अकाउंट का पिन, पासवर्ड और ओटीपी किसी के साथ शेयर मत कीजिए। आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
आज तो पार्टी चाहिए। पहले चैंपियन के साथ सेल्फी लेंगे।
आइडिया, यही करते हैं पार्टी।
पिज्जा पार्टी। ये चल अपना कार्ड और पिन दे।
मेरे कार्ड की डिटेल्स मैं खुद ही डालूंगी। आरबीआई कहता है अपना पिन, ओटीपी, सीवीवी या इंटरनेट बैंकिंग पासवर्ड किसी के साथ शेयर ना करें। ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग सिर्फ अपने कंप्यूटर, मोबाइल और सिक्योर नेटवर्क से करें।
बाय गर्ल्स, कहाँ जा रही है? सुना नहीं? नो शेयरिंग।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
हे गर्ल्स,
So ultimately, the RBI, the Security Exchange, everyone is keep on advising. Still, what happened in good faith, because we are the human beings, and in good faith with the people, what we do, we get a victim of all this. So we don't have to be play emotionally whenever it's a part of our financial part. So we don't need to be emotionally fooled. We have to keep ourselves active, whether it's my friend, whether it is my relative, whether it is any XYZ. I should not employ, we should not rely on the people. And these are the ways through which we can reduce ourselves from the financial frauds that may come across around us. So I'm taking back to you to the presentation that help you again to get some insight. So what are the challenges in managing cyber security? It's not so easy. Talking about the cyber attacks, cyber security is very easy to talk about. But when it is practically somebody has to work on to managing the cyber security, it is a very tough job for any economy, for any institution, for any banking sector. It is really a very big challenge. So what they need to work on? What are the challenges? I think most of you are from the computer background, so rather than me, you better understand this, that the regulatory compliance is very, very important. So financial institutions must adhere to strict to the data protection regulation. They should not do any compromise related to regulatory compliances. Non-compliances is the only the way that create a loopholes, and that may lead to a severe, the penalties, reputational damage, and the customer's trust. Evolving threats, the cyber threats continually evolving, making detection and prevention challenges. So constant vigilance is very, very important. So I think the computer people's, those who are behind the backend team, they would be keep on, doing. There are a lot of, the hackers. Hackers are not only negative hackers. We have the positive hackers as well in the economy. The government itself, the banking sector, they keep, ask the hackers to come and break our security so that they find out where is the loop. Inside the threat is there. So employees within, the banking, there are a lot of, we have been saw or heard the incidents where within the bank employees, they have been committed these financial frauds. So employees within the access to sensitive data, they sometimes also, maybe intentionally or intentionally, accidentally, they can get to a prey of these, the financial frauds. The third party risk is also there. Sometimes nowadays we do outsourcing of lot of things, services. So sometimes, getting a third party services, the level of risk that they are, adopting would be a challenge. So collaborating with the third party vendors introduce a potential security weakness. So ultimately, if I'm being taking the services of third party for, the financial part, and if anything would wrong happen, so I would be blamed. My image would get wrong rather than that third party. Nobody would blame that third party. The image of the company or the institution or the banker is going to be in vain. So we have to be active. So what could be the effective strategies for the cyber crime management is, first of all, risk assessment and management, which is very important. So regularly assess the vulnerability and threats which is there in the market. Keep yourself updated. Keep yourself security as per the up to the mark. As we keep on getting the frauds, we have to get ourselves aware about the frauds. Robust cyber security frameworks. That's why the cyber security now itself a course. So students can learn the cyber security and can be a part of this improving the cyber security of the economy. Align with the industry best practices and regulatory requirements. Employee must need to be trained and aware, educate about the cyber security practices, the food and activities that may come across. Multiple factors authentication, double security, two-way security check. Like if you are putting your password or a pin to activate your mobile app or your banking app, so along with that you can get your the fingerprints as well, access to it, or any unauthorized access, or your email id also will get a alert. So continuous monitoring and threat intelligence important. Incident response plan, third party vendor due diligence is very very important. Thoroughly access to vendor cybersecurity practices, we have to keep a check on it. Contractual obligation for reporting incidents, and clear cut alert on what the updates on the cyber crimes that are coming up. So if we keep up ourselves updated on all these things, so yes, I believe like it could be a better way to make a better framework, incidentals plans, uh, definitely that help us to improve our strategies. So what constantly check movement on declarations, bank financial products, share the internet devices to your child, you have to be very careful. Install an antiviruses, apply the updated program installed. Be suspicious, especially when I talk about the apps that you use. Ensure what all permissions you had given to the various apps. We do use the apps which are photo editing or picture editing. So what all information we need to access being given to those apps, we have to be very careful. So what all the access I'm giving to it, my location information, my financial information, my email. Sometimes what we do, when any website asks us to log in from my own email ID, we at that time put our correct email ID and correct password as well. So what it happened, it get the access to my password. So then it get access to my major financial or core information. So when you install any app, be careful. Install programs from the official website. Always remember that goal of prevention is to prevent the deployment of malware and technology. And never get into a panic. We come into a panic, and sometimes we take a wrong step. So we have to be very careful. We should be careful while any victim we become to any frauds. And if I talk about I also want to share some big frauds that occurred in our economy. If I talk about the major 2019 frauds as I've been given over here, the Cosmo Bank cyber attack in Pune that had happened, ATM, system hacked, UDI Aadhaar software was being hacked, hacking of Indian healthcare website, SIM swap. These are very commonly attacks that has been into our economy. So we have to be very careful. We all hear the news, but when it comes to our, the application part, we feel it would not happen to me, but it happened to us because of the ignorance. So why these sessions are important? So that we keep ourselves updated, keep our mind alert. Okay, this happened. We have saw in the session. This could happen to possibility that it may occur to us as well. So we have to be stay alert. So there may be a lot of, majority of cyber fraud incidents in the economy. As per Economic Times, they keep on reporting a lot of. So we keep have to be updated. We have to lead the news. And if we saw majority of the, the financial frauds that occur due to platforms, majority 50%, 57%, all the frauds incidents in India being platform fraud. More than 26% Indian organizations losing, US dollar 1 million due to it. This is by the PwC. It is a very recent May 2023 data I'm using over here. So I believe like this is really alarming stage that we keep not only ourselves active but keep our the young child as well the active towards these kinds of frauds. Can you believe like this is a very popular case? I hope everyone has been gone through this case of Delhi. I belongs to Delhi, and in the Delhi, the biggest cyber fraud that occurred with 4.5 crore stolen from a doctor. Can you believe that an educated person who is a doctor from whom that person of 4.5 crore has been stolen? Crooks claiming to be from Maharashtra narcotic division, and they asked the doctor that you are being caught in this, the drugs crime, and you have to pay this or that, and that person has, the drug money claim. I hope everyone has been to this news. So I just want to say that fraud may come to anyone. It's nothing to do with our, literacy level. What is important is the level of, the learning we have, the loopholes. We have to be very careful. We should not be get casual at any time. The moment we become casual, yes, we are going to be affected by all these things. So I hope this presentation has been give you a insight, and I hope all the things that you already been doing, you will still keep yourself updated. You keep your surrounding, your the child, the students around you, to stay active on all these things. So if I summarize, cybersecurity is a paramount of financial services in digital era and proactive and a comprehensive approaches are necessary to safeguard the data and assets. And effective cybersecurity management and maintains the customer's trust as confidence is important, but it wouldn't be possible unless and until every one of us become active. So it is not the duty of the bank or the Reserve Bank of India or ministry or a government or Pradhan Mantri or a president of a country, but is of the every one of us is the responsibility to keep ourselves updated, and the moment we stay active we won't be able to be fraud of all these things. So I hope the journey of this entire session would help you out, and I have been justified the time of everybody in the today's session. And is there any question? We can go ahead. I hope I have done my part, and these are my details in the chat box. I have been dropped. So anyone who want to get themselves access to the information, you can stay connect with me. So is there any queries or questions that you want to ask? But I believe like this session was a not of a core technical, but yes, of a behavioral, a routine session, the routine life that I have been shared today with every one of you. I'm not a core technical person, but I hope I have done justice with everyone time. Thank you, Nagraj sir, Shiva sir. I'm very much thankful to the the college authorities, the head of the institute, the departmental head, all the coordinators, and all the the participants over here in the today's session. I hope I have justified time of everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me for this enlightening session. We do a lot of the sessions on the financial things, capital market, the financial plannings, retirement and investment planning. So I was being talking to Divya ma'am like in future we'll surely do the sessions for the students as well as faculty members on the financial markets and financial planning, how to become a financially independent, and how to do the share market transactions in a better ethical way. So I believe like in near future we'll meet again, and you can also do organize these session, host these session of mine. These are all free of cost sessions because these are for the society to keep everyone updated with the the best way, or the financial transactions, so that you not get worried about the financial or stock market is a tougher job. Anyone can do it, but what you know need to do, you need to do it in a
கீழே மானிட்டர்ஸ் தெரியுது. Thank you so much, ma'am. With respect to the code, the best way to predict the future is to create it. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all. On behalf of the Department of Data Science, Dwarkada's Zonas of Vaishnav College, I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the program for this presence and contribution to make this event a great success. A special thanks to our Secretary, Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒊𝒆𝒏𝒄𝒆 Mundraji, our Principal Captain, Dr. 𝑺𝒄𝒊𝒆𝒏𝒄𝒆 sir, for providing immense support. I extend my gratitude to our honorable speaker, Dr. Shiksha Gupta ma'am, to take out time from her busy schedule to share her knowledge with us. I must thank the organizing team, our department faculty members for working hard to make the 7th day of International Workshop on Cybersecurity successful. Last but not least, I thank all the participants for your active participation. Thank you everyone once again for making this day victorious. Thank you all.